So, hello everybody. My name is Andy. I work out of the Tempe site, and today we're doing about 15 minutes of some stretching. This is going to be here on the floor, and we're just going to cycle through a few stretches a couple times to get nice and loose and get out of that seated position. So when you're ready, you're going to find yourself in on your hands and your knees. And we're going to start with just a couple cats and cows. So for a cat, we're going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to press our spine up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to dip your stomach and your chest towards the mat, staying nice and strong in the arms and the shoulders. Inhale, bringing it up towards the ceiling again. Exhale, dropping that down. We're just getting our back a little bit warmed up. And you can do this with your own breath. You do not need to follow me. So just make sure you're inhaling on your way up and exhaling on your way down. We'll do a couple more. And from there, we're going to make sure our knees are lined up in line with our shoulders. They're directly under our hips. And we're going to just press our butt back. And we're going to come back up. And we're going to do that a couple times. Maybe try to press a little bit further into the ground. Try to get a little bit lower each time. And you can let your head drop, kind of like going into child's pose. Now on this next one, we're just going to add a little twist. So I'm going to reach my arm underneath. We're threading the needle, and that's going to stretch out your shoulder a little bit into your lats and your obliques. Think about these stretches. I want you moving at your pace. We're just going to alternate sides here. But move with your breath. Move at a pace that feels comfortable for you. We're going to make sure we're even on each side. Maybe going a little bit further every time we repeat this. We're going to go through this one more time. So we're going to start again with the cats and the cows. So as we inhale, punch that back up. And as we exhale, let it sink. And again, just moving with your breath. We'll do two more. And one, and then we are going to just stretch back. Pushing back, getting low as you can. You can stretch those arms out a little bit farther ahead of you if you want. That's totally up to you, whatever feels good. We're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna thread the needle by bringing our arm underneath. Same motion with the hips, just adding that arm, a little bit of a twist at the bottom. And we're just going to alternate sides. Let's go two more on each side. Hopefully you're feeling the length in your spine and in your ribs, your lats, your shoulder. Last one. If you want to hold it there or go through those again, feel free. We're going to move on. We're going to go into a half kneeling position. Hopefully my camera comes back into focus. So this is a half kneeling position. So one knee is on the ground, the other leg is bent. And we're just going to start by pressing our hips forward. So I'm pushing from my glutes. So my hips go forward. We're not leaning forward. We're driving forward like you're showing off a belt buckle. You're going to be feeling this all in the front of this hip. Hopefully you have good enough cushion under your leg. And now we're just going to add a little reach over to the side, just lengthening all throughout here. And while we're in this position, we're going to, if you need to hold on to something to balance, you can hold on to the floor, whatever you need to do. We're going to take this leg straight out in front of us. Toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. And we're going to reach for our hamstring, to stretch our hamstring. So you're going to reach for your shin, your ankle, your shoelace, your toes, whatever you can reach. And just hold it there. You might feel the stretch just by staying in this position. And just hinging forward a little bit. Breathing easily through this stretch. And when you're ready, we're going to bring that knee in and we're going to switch sides, do the exact same thing. So again, our knee bent and we're just driving those hips forward. It feels really good in the front of your hip. It gets us out of that seated position that we're always in. If you can hear the dogs in the background, my apologies. And now we're going to go ahead and add that reach, lengthening the side. Turn and face you. So we're going this way. Hold that there, breathe through that. And when you're ready, we'll bring that leg straight out in front of us. Again, toes are pointed up towards the ceiling and we're just reaching, again, shin, ankle, foot, toes. And you're feeling it all in the back of this leg. You can hold on to the floor if you need to hold on to something else for balance. Whatever works for you, just feel a little stretch back here. And from there, we're going to switch sides. We're going to do this one more time. So I'm going to turn and face you a little bit more now. Hopefully stay in frame. We're starting with this bent knee, driving those hips forward. And wherever you would like, you can add in that side stretch. And whatever feels good for you. Again, our upper body is staying upright, our torso is staying upright. We're just pushing those hips forward. You can lean as far as you like. And when you're ready, bring that foot right out in front of you. Again, toes are pointed forward. We're reaching for the shin, the ankles, shoelaces or toes, or holding onto the ground. If you catch yourself losing your balance, that's fine, just reset. If you catch yourself holding your breath, just ease up a little bit. And when you're ready, we're going to switch sides again. Pressing those hips forward and adding that side stretch wherever you would like. If the side stretch is distracting you from pressing your hips forward, don't worry, we're going to do another stretch to get those muscles so you can hold off on that and just stay here and just press those hips forward. When you're ready, bring that leg out in front of you. reaching for the floor, your ankles or toes, wherever you're comfortable with. And you're getting that hamstring. You might feel this even a little bit on your inner thigh. And you can take a nice deep breath in as you exhale. You can go ahead and find yourself in a seated position. So we're going to start however you want your legs. You can have one leg bent on the floor and one knee up. We're just going to do a side twist. So we're going to put our hand on the outside of the knee that is bent. Your hand, your forearm, whichever works best for your range of motion. And then we're going to twist. Breathing easily as you exhale. We'll just switch our legs. We're going to do the same thing. You might notice that one side has been easier than the other. That's totally normal. It's really normal to have muscle imbalances. So you might find that some stretches on one side feel way harder. And that's okay. That just means you need to work through those a little bit harder. Put a little bit more attention and focus on them. After that, find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. And I'm just going to put my hands on the floor and just let myself fall back. You can have a little bend in your elbows so that you're not locking them out. If you prefer to have them straight, whatever's comfortable for you, but let your head fall back and press your chest up towards the ceiling. Feels really great on the low back, up in the shoulders. Sit with that as long as you like, breathe through it. And the last stretch that we're going to do, we're just going to take it the other direction, go into a forward fold. So put your feet where they're comfortable. If it was here and you're cross-legged, we're just pressing our chest towards our legs. You can look at the ground right in front of you, but I want to avoid letting the head just drop. We want to keep our back as flat as possible while we reach forward, and you're going to feel that in your hips and your low back. Maybe a little, depending on how you're sitting, you might feel it in your inner thighs too, like a butterfly stretch. Hold that there, just keep breathing through it. When you're ready to come out of it, find yourself in a comfortable position. Go through these again, pull them up on YouTube. They'll be going up shortly. We have other stretch breaks available on YouTube. And again, if you have a couple of minutes, we would really appreciate any feedback you have to offer on any of our classes, not just this one. So we put some questions in the chat box. If you want to, I'll leave this open for a while if you want to reply here, or if you want to send an email to your local team. We would, again, really appreciate the feedback. So again, my name is Andi. We did our 15-minute stretch break today. We'll be back next week, Wednesday at 12 o'clock Central Time. And until then, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day and a great weekend. Thank you for coming.